because the sun's on me. I would like to
There you
catch
go.
that. Hello.
Hello, greetings.
Greetings.
You're,
Can you see the sun on me? It's lovely.
oh, it's beautiful. It just started beaming through on me as well. I don't know
Beautiful.
if I'm
Yes.
sitting in the right light, but it was raining when we woke up in every direction. So I take this
Yes.
as the perfect time to do this.
Yes.
I wanted to share with you my testimony on your behalf because you hold such a great divine connection that you give so freely to everyone in your circle of life that I'm absolutely honored and gratitude to be with you because there was a time when I wasn't sure if I was going to still be here, and yet we made it all through. And you sent me the sweetest, kindest messages and lessons on moon ceremonies and how to keep myself grounded through the process of what I'm about to explain briefly because I don't want to take too long. This is about you, not me. I just wanted you to know how I got to you in my life. And about 30 years ago, I had I guess you could say, a death and resurrection process. I was in the army and someone had poisoned me. So I ended up in a coma. I died, flattened out, and then somehow came back. It wasn't my time then. And I was in a coma for about a month, couldn't walk, had to learn to walk again, all that great stuff. And approximately, I don't know, 3 days after I came out of the coma, I was attacked by a dark entity, and it came for me. And I had two witnesses in my barracks, so I know it wasn't just my imagination because they were like frozen. They couldn't do anything. And it just consumed me and sucked me through my bed like an outer body experience. So I grabbed my cross on my neck and I stabbed it. And I said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And next thing I know, guess what? I ascended way up high. And here I am looking at, guess who? Right? And I was like, oh, Jesus, I'm not ready. I'm young. You guys got to use me for something. Come on. I'm like 17, 18 years old. I mean, are you kidding me? I thought I was going to do something important when I came here. I'm not ready for, and not that they were so loving and kind and the angels were everywhere. And I was just like, I'm so young. So I wake up, and when I wake up, he said, okay, I wake up. And when I woke up, I was given a gift in my hands that when I'm called upon, I just place them on people when I'm called to, because I wasn't ever trained in healing or anything like that. I just follow my spirit, right? So whenever I'm called, I just do it and it helps lift people up. And I never thought anything else about it. So about, I want to say 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago, I was called. You know how synchronicity starts flowing in the universe? You start noticing things talking to you, and you can feel that energy just pulling you in a direction you can't deny it. So I went in this church. It's a metaphysical church, and I surrendered to God completely. And I said, use me, guide me. The doctor said I wasn't going to be here anymore. And I said, you know what? I hear you, but unless I've done what they wanted me to do, it's just not going to go down like that. You know, I respect your license, but I'm pretty sure my spirit knows better than you. So next thing I know, I'm greeted as I step out by a dear, kind soul who hears from the divine. And she goes like this. And she said, I heard a voice and it said, speak to her. And she goes, Almighty God, Goddess, Mary, Mother Mary Magdalene says, welcome home. And I go, who? You know, like I had no idea. So next thing I know, all these synchronicities start happening. I went to a moon goddess ceremony with some sisters that, and all these memories started coming through from the sun and the moon and the stars and the earth. And it was all in a spiral. And I was able to like send energy through my hands, like through a rainbow collage of healing through the air rather than having to put my hands on people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how can I use this? This is so wonderful, right? And then somehow we met you through synchronicity, I'll say, because you ended up in our feed. And me and Bora watched your ceremony. Oh Lord, what's her name? She's a goddess. Shiva? Oh Lord, she's in London. I forgot her name. Sorry. Shakti, maybe something.
Ah, the
Yes.
interview she did. She did an interview on me.
Yes, and we saw your story when how you became Toks, Beverly, Poker, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can so relate to that because I was born as Michelle, but Micah, the elder, was stepping in to speak through me, and I was like, whoa, I'm a girl, I don't know how to do this. So I feel like they led me to you so that I could have someone connected to the Most High and Divine to help me understand what was happening to me. And then the moon goddess North literally came to me in a vision right in front of me while I was awake and guided the whole process. And yeah, a lot of scary stuff happened in between because I had signed up for spiritual warfare training without realizing I had no rule books or anything. And I had to go straight by spirit, my heart. And they said the only way I could make it through this is to keep peace, love, and light in my heart so that I could send those Rainbow Bridge Tribal Council of Light waves of energy to heal Mother Earth. So I had to go all the way back to source through visions and dreams and all sorts of things. And you, my dear, dear Toks, sent me messages the whole time. And every time I was at a point where I felt like I couldn't do this anymore and I was just going to dissipate, and move on to what the doctor said, I'll say, to put it politely, you would just send me these messages as if you already knew what I was experiencing without me asking for any assistance. I met you once and you've blessed me ever since. So I just want to say thank you, because when we were in your meditation, I felt the most magical connection to where I came from originally, from beyond Earth, past the stars where heaven and all that great stuff exists. And then here you come teaching moon goddess classes and ceremonies that the moon goddess knows very specifically said, whoever you're meant to learn from shall come to you clearly without a doubt or any question. And we've been connected ever since in a space of peace, love, and light. So I just wanted to thank you for that, dear Toks, and tell me how we may assist you in bringing clients and students who really need that divine connection that you hold for every single person that comes through your life that I know of anyway, because I've never seen anything but that since I've met you. Can you please help me with that?
Thank you. It is an honor to see you blossoming and blooming. Your hair has grown more glorious like a goddess.
Thank you.
Your smile is wider from the first time I saw you. It is just beautiful to see you blossom so. I am eternally proud of you. I'm eternally proud that you did not give up and you chose life. You chose to live. You chose the divine. You chose to serve humanity. That is priceless. Congratulations. Well, I've been doing this work for quite a while, healing work. I'm certified in so many healing modalities. I'm a crystal healer, a theta healing, advanced theta, DNA healing, spiritual healing, hands of light healing. I've done lots of emotrance, EFT, positive EFT, lots of healing, lots of massage. I started this job or this journey with a dream. I had a dream to specialize in spiritual healing massage. And I thought, what on earth is that? And then I was told to learn various forms of healing, learn various forms of massage, which I did. So when I do massage to clients who book sessions, I don't do one-off sessions anymore. I would incorporate the spiritual healing massage in the booked session. So I would do reflexology or Thai massage, hands of light, and incorporate healing into it. And people didn't understand how they'd come for a massage and they'd feel wonderful and they'd want to come back for more, because I was incorporating the energy of hands of light. And hands of light came to me, and Carol Polge, the psychic artist, drew him and said, I see a Native American Indian with light pouring out of his hands. And I went, hands of light, and we said it together, hands of light. So that's how hands of light came. But he appeared a few nights before I saw Carol Polge. I was seeing people go to the light. So I said, will you leave me alone? I'm tired. And he was all in rags. And I thought it was another raggedy man, somebody who died in the streets, was trying to go to, like, I've been doing that and I was just so tired. I said, will you leave me alone? I need to sleep. Please leave me alone. And I went to sleep, and then I woke up. And when I woke up, he was there, still standing there. He hadn't gone. So I said to my friend, oh, go to Carol Porch and she'll draw. So I went, and there she said, I see a Native American man with light pouring out of his hands. So the rags, you know, the way they dress, I thought was rags. I thought was a poor person, but it didn't occur to me that it was my guide Hands of Light. And he's been working with me since. So that's my opening spiritual channels. He came to me this way, and I think it was very nice. I didn't expect it. He didn't come looking like a guide or looking like a saint. He came to me just ordinary. And sometimes when we're doing spiritual work, we have to be discerning and vigilant and alert to know who is visiting us. They're not necessarily always dressed up in the light or as Isis or whatever. They are humble, like Hands of Light came to me as humble, very simple man. And yet when I work with Hands of Light, I see, can you see the energy of vision behind me? He works with vision.
There's a man on your wall that looks exactly like the tribal elder that came to introduce me to my light, right before
Yes.
I became one of your legions of light. But I don't,
Yeah.
he said his name doesn't matter. I can't see him right now. I see you and the picture right below it.
Yeah, so it's very important when one starts a spiritual journey to find a good teacher and someone who really is working with the divine light and aligned to source, you know. And it's important that as they're aligned to source, they're clear and also strict. You don't want somebody to teach you about healing and they're sort of casual about it. You wouldn't go to a surgeon and he was eating biscuits and being relaxed about an operation. You want your surgeon to be well qualified. You want your surgeon to know what he's doing. So when you come for a healing session with me, you're not coming because you have nothing better to do. You're coming because you want to shift something. This is serious work. You know, we may be singing, anointing, shifting, releasing karmic bonds or ties or attachments. We may be doing healing, we may be just invoking, singing, whatever, laying of crystals, whatever. Working with the mind, we may be doing talking therapy. Whatever we do is right for you, because when you come, we then adjust the energy to see what it is that you need. You know, so Hands of Light comes and guides me to help you with what it is that you need, not what is written in a textbook, because each person is different. One person will want crystal healing. Another person, you can't do crystal healing, you do theta healing, you do talk therapy, or you do a reading. So I could do tarot reading. So everyone's different. And then some people want one-to-one sessions. Then others want to come to the moon meditation that I do on Zoom because they just like the energy of the group energy, or they like the lesson every 2 weeks. And they buy into the program. So every 2 weeks, whether they turn up or not, the meditation is sent to them. So I have a package that people can buy the moon meditations for the year or for 6 months. And every time the moon is done, they get it. So they can listen and watch the audio and the video of the moon meditation anytime at a time that suits them. So they miss nothing. So that's working with the energy of now. My one-to-one sessions are quite intensive. I have a lady who's been coming to the moon meditation for a few moons, and she just told me that it's helped her with her bipolar. I didn't know it had helped her with her bipolar, but they were going to sanction her, put her on medication and lock her up. And she said, no, just wait. And she came to the meditations, and this was her experience. And she told me only a few days ago, actually. Under this month. And I said, well, why didn't you write me a testimonial and put it with your picture and all that? She was like, wow, I didn't even know she was bipolar and she had issues and they were going to sanction her and lock her up. So it's just nice to know that meditation affects the brain. It calms the brain, it calms the neurons. Meditation calms, it relaxes, it induces a sense of peace. And when you're in a sacred space, I invoke in the meditations, I use my crystal singing bowls, I channel, I bless. We go on a deep meditation, which is quite intensive, for an intensive 1 hour. And I think it's important that as you're opening your spiritual channels, as you're opening to more healing in your life, as you're opening to more intuition, more light, more abundance, more intelligence, more emotional intelligence, more spiritual intelligence, as you open to more in your life, you begin your own desire for self-mastery. So self-mastery is a choice you decide. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. It is said that 99% of human beings have mental problems, just in varying degrees. So if anybody says they don't have a mental problem, I would say you really need to look at the statistics. 99% of human beings have mental problems. It's just the degree at which they show it. So what is a mental problem? A mental problem will be like a crisis or trauma, or something has happened like grief, and you just can't be the same for a while. You know, you can't even drive the car because you're grieving. You can't even go out because you've been attacked. You know, you've been raped or something. You're afraid of standing in the tube. You're afraid to be in a crowd. So these kind of traumas and emotional experiences that target you to have triggers in your life because somebody smiled at you, you got nervous. Somebody held a knife, you got nervous. So these triggers are real for the person experiencing them. They may not be real for you, so you can't judge a person. So it's very important that as you're working so hard to look after yourself, you find someone who can help you, who is gentle, is kind, but also strict. I'm a very strict teacher. I'm a very strict practitioner. So I do not allow smoking or drinking in sessions. I do not allow any drug taking. I had clients who came, a client came one day high session. I refused. I wouldn't have the session. So he said, but I'll pay you double. I said, no. You cannot come intoxicated. You cannot come drunk. You cannot come high. You cannot come this way for a session with me. You have to be not intoxicated, not drunk, not high. And then I'll have a session with you. Then I can really see who you are. And this lovely gentleman said, I prepared myself to be high because you're a healer. I thought you'd understand. And I said, yes, I understand what you're saying, because on a shamanic retreat, you could smoke ayahuasca, but that is controlled. You're with a shaman, you're in the amazing jungle, you're with a real, not somebody pretending, you're in the right space.
Right.
But I'm not certified or qualified for that, nor do I wish to be. When you come to me, I need you sober and clean and here, so we can work with the real issues of your trauma. It's not hidden under a mask of smoke. The smoke masks things. It's not hidden under an illusion. So when you come to me because you want the truth. When you come to me because you've had enough of the pain, enough of the suffering, enough of the trauma, enough of the lies, enough of the deception, enough. And then you say, I've had enough. I'm now ready to open my life to more. I'm ready to do so. I don't know how it will work. I don't need to know. I just need to know that I get the results that I want. So it's very important when you're activating within you a light within your life, when the light has gone off, the light is switched off because of the pain, the suffering, the abuse, or anything that's been, this has happened to you. A lot of people laugh at people. They bully them on social media and they enjoy it. But what's interesting is that if that same behavior was shown to the bully or shown to the other person, they wouldn't like it. So what I'd like you to do today is, if you do something to another person, ask, would you like someone else to do that to you? And if the answer is no, then just don't do it. You see, because I believe in the law of cause and effect. You may do something good. You may get no rewards, but later on, someone is watching. The universe and people are watching you. And you may do something bad, and everyone's watching, and you think you've gotten away with it. But perhaps in a few years, you lose something that's precious to you, you know, or you have an illness, you know, or something devastating. I'm thinking, why did I do this? Could it be because you've done something bad to someone in this lifetime or previous lifetime? And then you have to start practicing forgiveness. I have a 8 weeks of forgiveness course, and I have a few spiritual practice course, so which are online, which you can always get for yourself, and it'll be sent to you. And these things help you in your opening your spiritual channel. They help you in the comfort of your own home, where you're away from your busy schedule, and you can allocate time when it suits you to do the forgiveness practice. Now, the forgiveness practice was absolutely so immense. I gave it to a client of mine to do it before her wedding, so that she could clean all the ancestral karma and entered her marriage fresh. I gave it to a designer and a TV producer and all that. They came back to tell me that he then felt the courage to leave his job as a producer and go on a different journey. And the other lawyer felt she suddenly believed and realized what a great lawyer she is. And then a mother said she didn't realize what the forgiveness practice was. Because in the 8 weeks of forgiveness, I talked about forgiveness and death, forgiveness and money, forgiveness and relationship. So I had different forgiveness in other religions. So I gave examples of what forgiveness is. You see, one of the easiest way for spiritual alignment, spiritual development, spiritual release, and releasing karma is working with the aspect of forgiveness. And it's not really an easy thing to do. However, the 8 weeks of forgiveness course that I have run and is online is actually quite a brilliant thing to do. Now, in aligning, you want to live a life of alignment, or you want to live a life that is true for you. But if you're living somebody else's truth, you're following their quest in their life. You're not following your quest for life. You're not aligning to your truth. And sometimes we've been so bullied and abused and hurt, we don't even know our own minds. We're traumatized. We're lost in the illusion of pain. We're lost in the illusion of sadness and betrayal. We can't lift ourselves out. We can't open our hearts to more. We're disillusioned. We're full of fear. We're full of hatred. We're full of annoyance and anger and greed and stupidity. We're consumed by what has happened. We cannot even open. The wound is so deep. We're picking at it. It's getting deeper and deeper and deeper. When you have a wound, you go to the hospital, you cover it, you bandage, you clean it first. You clean it. And then you bandage it so it heals. The same, you need to clean out. So sometimes when you come for a healing session and you're activating and working on your self-mastery, all the dirty water has to come out of a tap. So all the dirty ugliness must come out of you. And then when it's all out, we start the purification. Just like when you have a wound, we have to clean out the wound. Then we put a little bandage on it and we let it to heal. The same with you. As you continue to journey with your soul alignment, your own self-mastery, the mastery of who you are, you begin to know that you're ready to open to more, just like you were in the exercise, in the journey. You didn't close yourself. You opened yourself to life. You opened yourself. You activated your spiritual channels. You listened to your intuition. You knew there was a battle, the battle between good and evil, light and darkness. But you said, okay, I'm going to activate my willpower. I'm going to activate my courage. I'm going to activate my self-confidence. So in my retreat, Opening to More in Cyprus, from the 8th of November to the 11th of November, I'll be teaching some healing techniques and protection. We'll be working with the energy of 1111 numerology and the moon meditation. So we're going to be bringing a lot into the 4 days or so in Cyprus. Please come and join us and let me help you to open to more. Your participation there is going to enable other people to open to more. So we're going to be on this healing journey, activating each other, awakening to more in our lives. And people say, oh, you should have enough, you should be content. What do you mean opening to more? Who are you to open to more? And I say to all those haters and non-believers, when you open to more, let's say you have money, you want more money, you can send people to school. You can always do a lot for humanity. So opening to more isn't about more for yourself. It's how when you have more love, more compassion, more energy, you can serve humanity more, and you can bring more happiness to your family, to your children, to your partners. Instead of being miserable and grumpy and complaining and blaming and just pointing fingers, you begin to open to more love, more kindness, more compassion, more beauty. And as my lovely princess here, your hair is so beautiful, you've grown more beautiful. So you're opening to more beauty, more confidence, more self-actualization, more self-worth, more self-empowerment. Because you see, you want to come to the retreat, but you think it's going to be a waste of your time. And you're still, and that little voice is saying, don't go, don't go, don't go. So then you are listening to a pattern that has a limiting belief that is stopping you from going forward and doing something in your life to expand it, for you to have more of what you deserve. And then you say, okay, I want to come, but I keep having the same patterns, the same relationships. If I come, will this, oh, I've done so many courses. I don't. Yes, you've done many courses. I don't know whether you did the homework to do with the courses. I don't know whether you went to the courses and you just were a participant, but you didn't take the action required. So you have a choice. You have a choice to act. You have a choice to say yes. You have a choice to say no. And you have a choice to take action. And in the doing of the action is the knowing. So you can say, oh, I would come, but this, I would do this, but this, it's that person's fault. Oh, I can't come because I'm babysitting. Oh, I can't come because of this. I can't come with this. And I ask you, is that really the reason? Or it's just another excuse to keep you in that limited portal? When we have something in our lives and it says we have to make a choice, I always ask the divine, I want to do 3 things. There were 3 things I wanted to do a month ago. And I had to sit down. And I wanted to do all 3 things. And the message was, I couldn't. There were more pressing things I had to do. And the more pressing things were so important for my own personal development and for my own ability to carry on with my own personal life. And I said to my teacher, oh, I really wanted to come. And you know what my teacher said? You didn't need it. You've done so many things and your purity is so, and the essence. Can you hear the dog barking? Yeah. It's almost like the dog is agreeing with me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, so I think in expansion, sometimes you have to say yes and sometimes you have to say no. And then my teacher said, can you make sure that this date next year, for the first 2 weeks of this month, you're free? Don't tell me you're traveling. I want you here. So I thought, brilliant. Now I've been given instructions to make sure I have that date, the month in next year, 2020, clear, because some very spiritual action is taking place and he wants me there. So I said, no problem. Because you see, sometimes, and he said, look, I see you're going to the Cyprus retreat and you're doing all these things. Okay, I want you to make sure that on this day next year, you're not organizing any retreats, you're not doing anything, you're here with me. And I went, yes, sir, yes, sir. So I think what's important is that you have to be ready to invite in more. You have to take the action to invite in more. And it's important to be in a sacred space with people who are positive, who want more in their lives. And really, really anchor what that healing and activation is for you. So what do you want more of? Do you want better health? Do you want abundance? And by abundance, do you mean a nice home, a car, an education, a course, a refinement, your spiritual development? What do you want? What do you really, really, really want, as the Spice Girls say? What do you really want, as Bob Proctor would say? What do you really want? You want more? More of what? More of what? So it's a big topic, opening to more, because I want people to feel they can come to that retreat and allocate time for the opening of the more that they want, to find out what it is they truly want. It could be very deep. They may think they know it was one, but when they come to the retreat, they'll see what the real more is. What does it mean for them to open to more? You know, I think this is important. Did I answer the question?
Yes. And I know this is probably going to sound silly, but we're in the United States, in southeastern United States. What country is Cyprus in? England, near London, or?
Near Turkey, around Turkey. It's a Mediterranean island.
Oh, that
on
sounds...
on my Eventbrite link, which I hope you will share with this video, when you read it, it tells you exactly it's Mediterranean. The temperature is going to be sort of cool. It's not going to be sunny because it's November. We're going to be in a villa. And the food and accommodation is the price you're paying. So you will have to pay for your travel to get there and the travel from the airport to the villa. So it's going to be very, very simple and deep. It's going to be very family and soulful. I'm asking that in this retreat, we activate our eternal song, our eternal soul song, and calling in the 11:11 on the 11th of November and activating the 11 portal is fabulous. I may be doing the 11:11 ceremony online as well.
That was my next question. Thank you.
Yes.
Those of us that haven't gotten our, I don't know, it's some paper you have to fly across the waters and back. I have never needed one, so this will be my first. Yes. What is it called? It doesn't matter. It's at the post office.
Visa and a passport.
Thank you. Yes. I've never needed one before, so that's my process. Yes. I'm going through as soon as possible so that I can fly around the world and see all these beautiful places with you.
Brilliant. So I will be doing a link. I've got a link on Eventbrite, and I will be doing an 11:11 workshop on Eventbrite for an hour.
Okay.
So on the 11:11, for those who cannot make Cyprus, I will actually have the workshop and the meditation on Zoom. So please join. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
I will get Yanni to send you the link, or I'll send it so you know. So you'll get the link of the workshop in Cyprus for those who can attend. I hope so. And then we'll have the link for the 11:11 workshop, which will just be for an hour. I won't be able to show the whole of that day online, but because I'm going to get everybody to wear white on the 11:11, so it's going to be quite an intensive whole day on the vibration of master number and mastery and self-mastery. So that is one of the powerful days. And then the next day is a full moon. So I'll also be holding a full moon meditation as well. That'll also be on Zoom.
Okay.
So those two will be on Zoom for those who will not be able to make it there, so that I can include you all without any.
Well, thank you. I can definitely be there for that. I'm not sure if I can produce the passport by then, but I can be online. We're actually supposed to be doing a spirit walk to heal Mother Earth all over the
Perfect.
southeastern United States. So wherever we are, I'll find a signal and we'll beam in our 1111 codes and work it
Yeah.
out, huh?
Yeah. Where are you doing your walk with Mother Earth?
Um, the tour is in Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas. And then once we complete that one, we're going to hit the north. So we've been going up to the mountains. That's where I was in Chattanooga Sunday. We
Yes.
did a nice drum ceremony, and um, we just did what we do and blessed the land.
Nice.
Lights were coming through and orbs. It was awesome. You would have loved it. But my film guy wasn't available. He'll be coming now on Mondays and Wednesdays to record the series of Rainbow Bridge Tribal Council
Yes.
of Light
Perfect.
as a Legion of Light from Toks Beverly, dear Coker here. I created a television and radio station we're building. It's called Successful Awakening, so that we can all have our testimonies and have a hub for healers to guide people to the proper energy they need to get through their PTSD and trauma. And then, so that's like the business corporate side. And then I'm the minister over Rainbow Bridge Tribal Council of Light, who sends Reiki healing through the energy codes that we placed in the grid lines between here and, to protect the
And
universe. All that stuff we do up in the air. So it's pretty exciting, actually. And I wanted to share this video as well as any upcoming classes or events you have. And tomorrow, or whenever you're available next, if we can get you at the same time as the film director, he can put his little magic spin on the digital marketing aspect to make sure that those who can attend your ceremonies will be there. And we'll advertise it all in our area in the United States, because I think you've got your area covered, right? Or do you need us to just branch it out? Whoever comes, be the whole universe that shows up over there. Who knows? I have a feeling it's going to be like that.
that'd
My
be
hair is
lovely.
going wild. The wind is,
It's blowing.
oh yeah. Mother Nature speaks very gently, doesn't she?
Beautiful. I love the sound of the wind against the chimes. It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is our sanctuary. We have some beautiful flowers and stones and have all of our sacred blessings.
Brilliant.
We have a little fairy garden in the back.
Oh,
I'll
it's
show it to
lovely.
you one day when I can zoom you towards it so you can see it.
Yes, you can take a film of it and
Are,
send it to me.
are you planning on coming to the United States anytime soon for a
I
tour?
may, I may. I was last there in Atlanta, I think, just a few moons, 2 years ago or so, 3 years ago. I
Right
came.
before we met. Okay.
I've been to New York. I've been to Washington. I've been somewhere else. I can't remember. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, if you can hit the East Coast, let me know. Maybe we can put together a show. I'm sure
That,
you'd love it with the sound healing crew that the tribe has as
yeah,
backup for the
yeah,
ceremonies. It's really nice. They bring out their singing bowls and drums and candles, and everybody's using their shakers, and it's just all natural to the spirit of
yes.
Earth. So
I'd love to be part of that.
we would love to have you.
Yeah.
So have you anything else that I might need to share that you can think of? I think that was all we needed, as long as we know how to
Yes.
reach you online.
Yes. I just want to say, for those who are watching, you can reach me on my website, www.tokscoker.com. That's Toks, my name.com. And of course, you can always join my Facebook page, Hands of Light Healing. I'll be forming a new Facebook group page where I'll be more specific on the work that I do. So please feel free to join and connect with me on Instagram. I'm Toks Coker. On LinkedIn, I believe I'm Toks Coker. On Facebook, I'm Toks Beverly Coker. I'm a phone call away. Book your sessions. Join us at the moon meditations. Join us at our workshops and retreats. It'll be an honor to serve you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And thank you for honoring me with your presence.
Thank you as well. I'll see you again very soon. Let me stop this.
Bye.
Bye.